Yeah, man. Huh. What's up, gang? It is early. My doing my podcast early today. I just wanted to jump on, guys, and I got a lot of stuff to do. So I'm working on some content that I need to put out, and working with a couple of people who are on a different time zone. So uh, doing my podcast later will not work out. So I'm doing it now, knocking it out, and hopefully everything works out later on with my video guy and my picture guy over in Bangladesh. So I'll be chatting with him later. But anyway, guys, yesterday's podcast. I know we wrapped up with what is your real life assessment of your finances, and I just wanted to get into a little more about that and say that the other question I wanted to ask was what my mentor asked me was, where did all the excess money go that you earned? And so, in saying that, if you're like me and you subscribe to the consumer lifestyle, um, it causes you to spend more than you make. And that's what I did. I spent a lot more money than I make. So, that was my answer to my mentor. I mean, my answer to my mentor wasn't as educational as I'm speaking about it now. Um, it was pretty much a three-letter word, duh. But I figured it out later on in life, and I don't want you guys to do that. I don't want you guys to figure out later on in life that you should have saved more, spent less, invested more, saved less. Because that is the really thing that needs to be stressed to you guys is savings isn't savings anymore, right? When you put money away, you're actually losing money um, every time the bank charges you fees and everything else. You're actually losing more money than what they're giving you at such low percentage rates. So you probably need to invest more than you do saving more. But you definitely need to save more than you spend. Okay, so that is the key to having a good life, guys. You gotta have some money left over to do some of the things that you enjoy, you know, and that's important. So I wanted to get you guys in there. So here we go, guys. We're about to get this podcast started, and we are going to get into some deep stuff today, right? Some deep stuff, and I'm gonna reveal to you some of my secrets of some of the things that I'm doing to help me constantly move my life forward. Okay, so let's rock and roll, guys. What's up, gang? How you guys doing? It is Lieutenant Sal Blue, 28-year law enforcement veteran and the author of the top 25 mistakes en route to the good life, coming at you today with episode 55. That's right, episode 55 of my daily podcast. That's right, and just catch you guys up to where I got my YouTube listeners at. Yesterday I left off at what is your real life assessment of your finances, and my follow up question that my mentor gave to me on that one was, where did all the excess money go that you earned? Where did it go? I mean, what's going on with you? You spent a lot of money. You made a lot. You made a lot of money for for the job that you're in, but you spent a lot more. So where did it all go? And my mentor asked me that question, and he was not going to let up until I gave him a solid answer for it. So my three-word answer of duh really didn't bode well for him. So he wanted me to look a whole lot deeper into what plan did I subscribe to that caused me to spend all the money that I spent in my life. And I prescribe to the consumer lifestyle like so many other people, most Americans, that consumer lifestyle. You know, I spent more than I earned, and I began drowning in debt. And so it didn't matter how much money I made. I was in the fatal financial funnel spiraling downward of now caught up in working just to pay the bills. And I don't want you guys to be caught up in that in your life, and I don't want you guys to even come close to that, because there's a lot of pain involved in that, right? A lot of ruined relationships involved in that, and a hard life when it comes to being in that financial funnel, man. You know, we equate a lot of our finances to survival, and when you're in debt, you feel that you're very close to not surviving. You know, very close to not surviving, and getting that mark of this guy can't handle the life that he put out for himself, and a lot of us don't want to do that, you know, and a lot of us aren't willing to step back in order to step forward too. So a lot of us get caught in that financial funnel because we aren't willing to step back and say, hey, I obviously can't handle what is going on right now in my life, so let me try to figure this out. Guys, give me a second while I ingest a. Oh, never mind. That microphone's already adjusted on my camera, so I just wanted to check on that as well to make sure I am not talking to a mute microphone on the camera. So, my question for today, guys, and today's podcast is based upon what are you working towards? Now, every Sunday I do a weekly review, right? Every Sunday I do a weekly review talking about my assessment of my week. What was I working on this week, and what moved me forward this week? And I'm going to give you guys some of the exact questions that I ask myself every Sunday. And maybe you guys could ask these questions to yourself and allow you to have a much better week and to move forward at a much rapider, swifter, and more direct level. So the first question that I ask myself on Sunday, every Sunday, is what have I done this week to make my goals happen? Right? Obviously, you need a set of goals that you have written down, guys. A set of goals that you write down for yourself to figure out what direction you're going in, right? So I found that this was very important to me to do, and do it on a weekly basis, so that I can make sure that I have very efficient weeks, right? So in having very efficient weeks, you have to answer these questions, okay? And in order to answer these questions, you have to make sure that you have a time set aside each week to go in and write down what you need to write down for the answer to those questions. Okay. The next question that I ask myself is very important as well, and is what have I done that has slowed down my progress? So two questions, right? You know, I like to call it the sandwich, right? You have a good, a bad, and then you come back with a good, hopefully, on the next question. And I'll tell you guys the next question in a minute. All right. So that's the next question. And so when I ask myself those two questions kind of line me up on where I need to go, where have I gone, that is, and where I need to go to move forward. Or in this second question is what I need to eliminate so that I can move forward. You know, for me, my biggest problem is being a consumer of social media, right? So I most of the time I make an attempt to use social media as a producer, but a lot of times I get caught up in looking at social media as a consumer. So one of the things that helped me and to move forward in that, and something that I had to do for myself, was